Okay, ARA Nation, today, well, I'm going to be trying something new, something I've never done before, but I've seen other people do it online. I thought it was pretty cool, and I want to give it a shot, but I'm not going to do it the way you're supposed to do it. What I mean by that, let me explain. I want to actually paint the slide of my P3AT and change the color of it, just to make it a little different. I don't like it completely black, and I am testing out with this gun because this is probably my least favorite gun. So if I ruin it, or if it doesn't look good, I'm fine with that. But anyway, I know you're supposed to use Duracoat or Cerakote or something like that. But today, we're going to be using regular spray paint. This is Rust-Oleum. I got it from Kmart, and the color is Satin Nutmeg. See that? We'll see what happens. I think it'll be okay, but I have my reservations, and I have I have a few things that I think is what's going to happen to the spray paint. I also ordered some Alumahide from Brownells because you can use that as well. But it's just like regular spray paint. I think it's a little more durable than spray paint. But I know the correct way to do it is by using Duracoat or Cerakote or something. But I was browsing the internet for the cheapest Duracoat kit that I could buy. The shake and spray kits. I couldn't find anything too cheap. I mean, it was, I think the Coyote tan that I wanted to make this was $40, and I was going to buy that, but then when I went to go check out, they tacked on $12.50 for shipping. So $52. I'll probably end up going that route if this doesn't work out. But I wanted to try it out on the cheap and make a video for you guys, see if we can actually get away with regular spray paint or Alumahide or something like that. This bottle of spray paint was $4. I bought some sandpaper, 400 grit sandpaper, which I'm going to cut down here in just a minute, and because there's a few steps that we have to do to prepare the slide before we actually spray paint it, and I'll go through all that. My thoughts, what I think is going to happen with with using spray paint. I think as I put it in my holster, or put it in my bag, my carry bag, something like that, and through everyday use, I think what's going to happen is it's going to chip. It's just, it's not going to be very durable. Eventually, you'll see a bunch of chipping on it, and it'll look like crap. That's my guess. I don't know if that's what's actually going to happen. We're going to find out together. As I fire this, as I'm shooting rounds through it, I think as it heats up, the spray paint will begin to melt or bubble up, because this isn't rated for any heat or anything. It just says ideal for indoor, outdoor, wood, metal, and wicker. So there's no heat rating on it or anything. So that's my guess. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. We're going to find out. So I've already completely stripped the slide. I took out the barrel, the spring, I took out the ejector, the firing pin. You probably can't see that in there, but the firing pin is out. Everything is taken out. The first thing that we need to do is, or at least what I've read online, is you need to sand it down, get rid of all the imperfections and the top coat of paint there, And then you also, after you're done sanding that, then you need to clean it. I'm going to use acetone and just wipe it down with a rag and make it nice and clean, and then wait for that to dry. And then I've got this wire here already set up, and we'll just hang it on here, and we'll go from there. Of course, I'll show you all that and how I'm doing it as we go on. So give me 1 second to set up. I'll turn the camera back on, and we'll move forward. Wow, looking at my garage through the viewfinder is messy. It's really dirty. I need to clean it up, and I actually need to do that for some spring cleaning, don't I? But all right, so got our sandpaper, my show notes. Don't look at those; they're just chicken scratch. Okay, so let me go ahead and this is my Meyer Co. everyday carry knife. It's not the best knife, best steel or anything, but holds a decent edge, and I'll do a review on that some other time. But let's go ahead and cut out some, I don't know, 2x2, 2x3 sandpaper. This is 400 grit sandpaper. Cut some of that out. Start sanding away at it. Try to get every nook and cranny that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. From what I'm told, you really just want to scuff it up so that the paint adheres to it. The other reason why I hate this gun, or rather it's my least favorite gun, is the sights. I don't know if you can see those in the terrible lighting that I have, but they're built into this slide. Can't adjust them. They're small, and as you're shooting, it's hard to find your sight again. Yeah, so another one of my pet peeves about this gun. As I'm sanding this, I can see oil where the firing pin ejector and everything is. So that's another reason why you want to clean it with some acetone or something. Obviously, as you spray paint that, that oil will get in the way and it won't stick. So needless to say, once you do this, you're going to have to completely re-oil your gun. But hopefully you understand that already. I think we're pretty good. Maybe a little bit more here. Alright, well, that'll do for now. Might need to do some more sanding, I don't know. Again, like I said, I've never done this before. We'll see what happens. And I'm not really going by any instructions, just from what I've seen on forums or on YouTube. Okay, so let's clean it with some acetone, just a sec. Jazz fan. Too bad they didn't make the playoffs this year. Snub nose, little flathead screwdriver, I guess. Kind of funny. Alright, let's get that dirt off of that. Some acetone going here. Now this stuff evaporates pretty quick, so Look, it's already evaporated off of my rag. Smells just like acetone. Whew. Stuff, man, it's strong. Does the job though. Alright, leave that there for now. I'm going to go ahead and get some tape. I'm just going to use the blue painter's tape and mask it up. I'm not going to really show you guys that. Should be self-explanatory. But basically I'm going to mask the where the ejector goes, and hopefully you can see that. Let me get some light. Where the firing pin is, or the hole for the firing pin. Of course, where the firing pin strikes the primer, going the hole there, I'm going to mask. It's probably about it. I think all the rest of that could take some spray paint. Obviously, don't want to spray paint this inside the slide or the rails, because I've seen other people that did that, and the spray paint added a couple, I don't know, thousandths or 2/1000ths of an inch, and the slide wouldn't get back on, so they had to scrape it off. So just be aware of that. I mean, that may or may not be true. That's just what people said on forums and things. I've never really seen it, but take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, let me go ahead and mask this, and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so I'm back from masking it. Went ahead and did the ejector, the firing pin hole on both sides there. Hopefully you can see that. And of course, it's not the best job, as you've probably already noted. But I'm not that concerned. I can always take a razor blade and scrape out what I don't want. Except for the firing pin hole. Obviously, I can't get a razor blade in there. So I masked that up pretty good. I didn't want to accidentally spray any spray paint down there. So let's get started. Let me reposition the camera for you, and then I'll hang this slide on that wire that I got set up. Hold on. I know. Don't laugh at my dirty garage. So I got just some wire hanging, and I just bent the end so it doesn't fall off. And this should, we're going to go ahead and let the paint dry for about 2 weeks. From what I'm told, you're supposed to let it dry for 3-4 weeks. Maybe that's if you're doing Duracoat or something, I don't know. But for this experiment, this is what we're going to do. Leave it for 2 weeks, let it dry completely, or as much as we possibly can. And we'll come back, I'll finish the video. But let's get some spraying done. You guys see this good? I watched the Duracoat video for the shake and spray kit, and they said you had to shake it for like 3 minutes or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to shake it that long. That'll make the video too long. Okay, so we've been shaking for about a minute or two, and let's start painting. Again, this is Rust-Oleum, something like that. I got it at Kmart, $4, $3, something like that. And also, I'm not going to pretend to be a painter. I'm not a painter. I don't do that as a profession. Software engineer. So we'll see what happens. Here we go. That's pretty thick stuff. I don't want to get in your way. Garage is such a mess, I gotta walk around things. I gotta clean that up. Oh, that's so stick, but see what happens. Let it sit for a little bit, let it dry off, and we'll probably come back and do another coat. Okay, here's the second coat. What I did in between the first coat and this coat is, for some reason the spray paint was bubbling up. I'll have to figure out why it was doing that. It just had like air bubbles in the paint as it was coming out. Maybe it's this type of paint. Maybe I didn't get the acetone off. I don't know what the case is, but I'll have to figure that out and let you guys know. Maybe annotate it or something like that. And this paint stays wet for a little bit, and so it was all dripping down the slide. So I just took my finger and just lightly took off a little bit here and there, and that'll probably show up at the end when I'm done with this, is like streaks or something. But again, like I said, this isn't my favorite gun, and we're experimenting, trying to find out the best way to do this on the cheap. So I'm just going to start the second coat and see if this is any better. Maybe I'll stand back a little bit further. It looks to be doing better already. How far would you say that is? 20 inches? 18 inches? Something like that? 2 feet maybe? I don't know. And just doing doing a little bit at a time, that looks to be doing the trick. We'll let that side sit for a minute. Let it dry off. This side here. I think that's the trick. I think that's the way to do it. Let that dry for a little bit and possibly do a third coat. I don't know. It looks pretty good. I don't really see too many missing spots. Probably just let that dry. Again, we're going to let this dry for 2 weeks. From what I'm told, it gets rid of, as the longer it dries, it becomes less and less sticky, and it hardens more onto the slide. But we'll find out. So I'll get back with you in a week or two and see where we're at. Okay, just a quick update. I want to show you the contrast of the slide and the rest of the gun. So hopefully you can see that. I was going for a Coyote tan, flat dark earth type of look. I think the nutmeg, what is this called again? This is satin nutmeg. Kmart. Yeah, we'll see if it works. But it looks good, I think. The color at least. It's the color I was going for, or looking for. Okay guys, we're back after 2 weeks of dry time. Finally inspecting this thing, this slide, and we're gonna put the gun together and check it out, see how it fits. I think today we're just going to end this video with just that. We're not going to go and test it, but later on, as time permits, I will definitely get back with you and create a video, show you the wear and tear, see if there's any chips, if the spray paint melted, anything like that. But let me get to it. Let me put it back together and show you how it works. So let's go ahead and put on the slide. Actually, slide's pretty good. The reason why it was stiff there is because of the hammer right here. Slide's decent, even though if you look on the rail, got some paint on there, some spray paint. Not a whole bunch. A little bit, but apparently getting some on there doesn't really hurt it too bad. So if you do, not a big deal. Got some, obviously some paint inside the slide. I don't think that'll matter. No big deal. So let me go ahead and put it together. I'll get back to you. Okay, so we're back. I put the gun together, the ejector and the hammer, the firing pin, everything. Now, my final opinion on this, I'm not too fond of the 3 different colors. I do like the 2 different colors between the slide and the grip here. It's nice. I may eventually change the grip and the magazines and everything to the same color here that we have, just to make it uniform. I like the contrast of the ejector and the slide, but the barrel's kind of annoying. But I can live with that. Like I said, it's not my favorite gun, and it's an experiment. And one thing that I noticed as I was going through and testing it, as I was cocking it back, I kept doing that a lot to see if the slide would wear any. Excuse me, the paint on the slide, if it would wear any, especially right around here, the serrations. And it doesn't seem to wear, but I noticed I had some dirt on my hand, some grease on my hand, and as I kept doing this, it got dirty right here where I was pulling the slide back, cocking the slide back. And so what I ended up doing was trying to use my cleaner solution here. Sprayed a little bit on there, and I had a feeling that as I did that and I wiped it down, it would come off, and that's exactly what happened. So spray paint, not that durable when you're cleaning. I have my reservations about it. I think eventually it'll wear off as you shoot it, and the more that you caulk it, holster it right here where it touches the holster, I think it'll definitely start to chip and wear away as time moves on. But to start, it doesn't seem to be coming off too bad. If I get a close up here, as I was pulling it, cocking it back, I probably cocked it 30 times, which obviously that's not a whole lot, but just to see if it would withstand that first little test, it did. I don't see any wear. You can see the little bubbles like that one right there. It just, for some reason, maybe I was too close when I spray painted. Here's a couple more, as you can see right here. But all in all, I mean, spray paint seems to do okay. Well, I don't think it'll last too much longer, but we'll find out. I'm gonna go and shoot this gun, but I'm not gonna show you in this video. I'm just gonna come back and make another video for you guys. I think this video's taken too much time. We've gone over our time limit. But anyway, so that's how I changed the color of my slide. I spray painted it with that, I think it was nutmeg, satin nutmeg or something like that. But anyway, I let it dry for 2 weeks. I was just hanging there for 2 weeks, 2 straight weeks. And it seems to do okay. It's not sticky at all. It doesn't come off on my hands as I touch it. But anyway, enough of me talking.